Everyone, hope you all are having a fantastic day. We're going to kick off episode 47 with a Blade of the Avarice drop. It's really not anything special, maybe 1.3 mil, some garbage like that. Only reason it's exciting is that I think it's the first Blade drop I ever got at Twin Furies, and being that I've done many Twin Furies at this point, it was kind of cool to actually finally get some sort of unique other than the crest I had gotten a while back. After that, went and did Children of Mana, actually an awesome quest. I've loved everything in this God lore quest series, so I actually did really enjoy it. I'm not much of a questing person, but the God quests I really, really do like. After that, doing another Twin Furies task, I've been doing a lot of God Wars Dungeon 2 Reapers. I got a Braid of the Avarice, which is really, really cool in that it's the second boss pet I've ever gotten. Quite a while back, many, many months, I got the Krill pet at 804 Krill kills. So it's really, really cool to finally get another boss pet. Again, been doing a lot of God Wars Dungeon 2 for Reaper, so it's actually really exciting to finally get a pet from it. After that, working on that fishing grind, and I siphon another rod. The only reason that this one is exciting is it gets me past the 104.273-ish thousand XP in Invention, which would be a normal 120 XP requirement. So if we talking like 120 Dungeoneering or Prayer or anything like that, it's 104.27, somewhere along that will get you 120. So getting 128 Invention is actually really cool in that it makes me feel like I actually got the real 120 as opposed to the artificial different XP curve 120 that Invention is right now. So it's actually a cool milestone, just something I thought was really nifty, something I really enjoyed. After that, making use of my Garahan outfit, doing some dungeoneering, and I got the Of Daemonheim title, which is actually really, really exciting. It's a title that I am really fond of. I do still really like the Professor title, and I might go back to it at some point, but having the Of Daemonheim title is just a really cool, prestigious thing, even though it's only doing each hard mode floor really isn't too difficult to do. It's just something that I really think is cool. After that, as you would have it, I finally got another die. I've been doing so many clue scrolls because I've been doing a lot of thieving now and then, and every clue scroll I get, I do. I don't really let it sit around at all. I've been very active about making sure I do my clue scrolls. And this is exactly why. I'm very, very happy to finally get another die. Granted, it is only a Barrows die from an Elite, which kind of sucks. It would have been very, very nice to get something better. But again, it's still well over 300 mil. I don't really have any room to complain. Still very, very happy that I broke my dry streak. Elite 306. Now keep in mind, on my last account I had done 305 hards. So this is a one-up on that in some regards, which is kind of cool. And on my last account I had done 165 elites, all of which dry. So you consider 306 elites plus 165 to finally get something from an elite. Definitely kind of a dry streak, but I'm very happy it's broken. I did wind up instant selling it. I was impatient. I tried to get a little bit more out of it, but I just wanted the cash. I got a little over 326 mil. Very, very happy with it. I finally got around to completing Sliske's Endgame. It actually took me maybe a week or something after release to actually get around to it. The whole idea of the maze was kind of making me hesitate on it, but I'm actually very glad I went through it. Poured 1.25 million XP into Slayer, so that's going to help me a lot on my road to 120 when that becomes a comp rec. I do intend on getting that eventually. I've been putting all of my bonus XP and free XP into it, so that's helping out a lot. And just everything about the quest as far as lore goes, I really, really enjoyed. The puzzle wasn't too bad. It was kind of tedious, but I understand why it's there. And I'm just very glad I got it done. The skilling benefits from the Sliske's 3 pieces and everything, the necklace, ring, etc. Very, very happy to have it. After that, I was dungeoneering and I ran into a very funny problem, and that's that when I get a blood necklace or a hex hunter bow, they're rare enough that I like to bind them, even though I'm only ever going to use one blood necklace, and hex hunter bow isn't even as good as a Sagittarian short bow. I do have one blood necklace and one hex hunter bow keepsaked, just because I really like how they look. So if you look at my binds and what's in my inventory, you can see I effectively have 4 bound blood necklaces plus the one I have keepsaked, and I have 3 hex hunter bows if you include the one in my inventory plus 1 keepsaked. But I don't have enough room for all of that, so I had to destroy one of the blood necklaces to bind the new hex hunter bow, just because hex hunter bow is a little bit more rare, and I think it'd be really cool to fill up all of my extra slots that I'm not going to use for anything with hex hunter bows. I just think that'd be really fun. And unfortunately now I finally have to start destroying the blood necklaces, so kind of feels bad, man. And then a lot of AFK fishing and a lot of grinding out dungeoneering, not even selling floors, actively dungeoneering on World 77. I finally bring home 2 120s I've been working really hard on, and I'm very, very proud to actually have. Fishing I wanted to do just because I already had the pet, and because I had gotten quite a lot of fishing XP when I worked on 120 Invention. So it seemed like a waste to leave myself at 111, 113, 114, whatever it was, and not finish off that 120. And dungeoneering, obviously, I'm just going to get 120 eventually anyway. A lot of that was dailies. Sadly, I didn't do as much selling as I would have liked to, but after finishing 120 dungeoneering, I have decided to turn off dailies for that and to put that into something else. I decided to do crafting just because I don't know how else I'm going to work on 120 crafting, and I do want to get actually a lot more 120s than I originally thought. So all of the dungeoneering XP from here on out is going to be actual dungeoneering and actual selling floors. So hopefully that'll be a lot of profit up to 200 mil. Granted, I would like to get 200 mil faster and kind of lock in a decent rank, but that being said, decent ranks for 200 mil dungeoneering haven't existed for like 5 years. So there's really no reason to rush it. Whether it's, 6K or 10K, at that point, who really cares? I did go and I bought the capes. I keepsake both of them. I think I'm going to keepsake every 120 cape that I get. Not because I want to actually wear all of them, but because I want to have the option to, and it's just something that I feel like if I'm going to dedicate that many hours toward getting the cape, I think I at least owe it, half of a bond or whatever a keepsake key comes out to when you buy 6 packs of them. So I'm actually really, really happy to have both of these. And yeah, it's just a really cool thing. And shout out to a good friend of mine, Big D Dog, for showing up to my party. I guess he had a keepsake, or had a what am I saying? Had a disassemble waiting for his 99 invention, and in turn his max cape that he just hadn't used in quite a while. So when I told him I was having this, he asked if he could max at the same time, and I was more than happy to share the party with him. So very, very cool to him. Grats to him. And you'll see at the end of this clip, I'm going to be disassembling my crystal rod. A big reason for that is that I don't really intend on grinding to 200 mil fishing anytime soon, and I want to use those perks for mining. Mining is going to be the next 120 that I want to actively be AFKing, as stupid as that sounds as a phrase. When I need to AFK, I'm going to be mining, and I'm actually doing that right now as I record this audio. So I wanted to take the honed 4 Furnace 2 perks, and I throw them on my crystal pick, as you'll see in a future clip, and that's going to be next goal of mine. I've got a golem set going. I'm running a superheat form all along the way. Ideally, by the time I finish 120 mining, I should get around 14 mil XP in smithing just from superheat form, which is really, really cool in the fact that that's passive XP. It's not something I need to actually spend time working on after I finish mining. I'll have already gotten it, so I'm running through a bunch of super prey renewals and etc. as I go through this, but the time saved is just way more than worth it, and so those are my future plans. Being that I did finish 120 fishing, I had a whole bunch of prawn balls and prawn crackers left over. 1.1k prawn crackers and almost 8.4k prawn balls, as well as the other assorted loot from prawn balls that you see in there that I had gotten earlier into fishing when I had opened them, or just picked them up on the dock. The prawn balls, or the prawn crackers I should say, I don't think I'm going to open, just because needing to click each one individually is just balls, and I don't think I'd really get anything good out of them. I mean, getting golden prawn crackers is kind of cool because you can kind of trust trade sell them to people who want to get the comp or trim comp requirement, needing all of the golden fish eggs. So that's kind of cool, having those to make a little bit of money on the side off of, but just the effort to go through all of that is just so trash. So you'll see me opening up 8.4k almost prawn balls, and you'll see all of the golden crackers that I get. It's actually quite a few. It winds up coming out to, I think, 57 at the end. And I get a whole bunch of regular mysterious golden fish eggs that I can't use because I've already prestiged my aquarium 3 times. I could prestige it again, I guess, but there's no reason to do that. So I'm just going to kind of let them sit in my bank for a really cool trophy, I guess. I don't know. A lot of people have 120 fishing, so it's not anything super special, but it looks kind of cool to me. That being said, though, guys, hope you have enjoyed all of this progress in this episode. Kind of a whole lot of cool stuff packed into a small episode. It's going to be quite a while until my next one for several reasons. First of all, being that at this point I don't have any new max clips to throw into another episode, and I'm really far off of any cool milestones as far as 120s or etc. go. I'm very far off of any cool monetary milestones, being that the next cool money thing I want to do would be saving up for a yellow party hat, and the only way I'm ever going to get there is a very, very, very long time, or I get lucky and a couple dies. And the odds of that are pretty slim, as I'm sure you guys know. So, not to mention I'm going to be pretty busy with real life stuff starting this semester and just going into the future in general. So odds of a new episode coming out soon, very, very slim. It'll probably be a few months. So I'm sorry about that one. But I do hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. Have a beautiful day. Stay happy. And I can't wait to see you in my next episode.